Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I'm here to bring you a wig review in partnership with name brand wigs. This is Wille STELLA from their Modix collection. It is a brand new style and it is in the color Rosewood Brown Shaded. Beautiful, beautiful color. I'm very excited to bring this style to you. I think it is a stunningly gorgeous style. If you want to know more about this one, stick around. We will talk all about it. I'll show you inside the cap. We'll talk about the color. We'll go outside with the color. We'll do all the things. I am so grateful once again to Name Brand Wigs. I really love partnering with them to bring all of these styles and colors and just all the wig stuff to you because I know how valuable it is. And as a wig wearer first, I always look to reviews before I spend my hard-earned money. So I really appreciate that Name Brand Wigs is willing to send so many wigs out to be reviewed. It's just so helpful. If you've not checked them out, please go to their website, namebrandwigs.com. They have great customer service. You can email them at support@namebrandwigs.com. If you're struggling to pick out a style or find a color, email them your questions. They would be more than happy to help. I also highly recommend their blog. They have lots of education. They're just wonderful. There is a link in the description to this piece if you'd like to check it out. All right, let's take a look at Stella from all sides. These curls are quite sassy. They're fun and bouncy and flirty. It's just a super, super cute style. Now, I actually have reviewed 2 other styles that are very similar, if not identical to this one. So in case you're looking at this thinking that these are similar to something I have reviewed in the past, you may be right. Now, Wille does something a little bit unique in that they release some styles in the UK that you can't get here in America from US-based retailers. And then they may release that same style in the US under a different name. I think that's what's happened here. So the style I originally reviewed was called Bolero. I really think they're almost identical, and I even had it in this similar color, but they called it Rosewood Rooted. So if you think that they might be the same, I think you might be right. I can't tell you for sure, but from my experience, I think they're almost identical, and the difference really is they release different styles in different markets. So that's what I think is happening here. So if your eyes were telling you that, I think you're right. Now, this is actually a heat-friendly style. So these are heat-friendly fibers, and they feel so realistic. They're really soft, really silky. They don't have very much synthetic shine to them. One of the things I really like about, I notice I have a wonky curl here. The really cool thing about these curls is all you have to do is kind of fluff it and they'll fall into place in just a little bit of a different way. But the good thing about heat friendly is they're not very shiny. So if you struggle with shine on synthetic wigs, this could be a good one because it really doesn't have that shine. So that is a benefit to heat friendly. Another benefit is you can straighten the style if you want to. You can add more curl to it. So there is a lot of flexibility when it comes to this particular style. Now I would consider this piece to be more of a lowish density. It doesn't have a ton of hair, especially when you grab it in the back here. It's got a very realistic density, but it does have a little bit of permatease, and I can feel the permatease right up in here on the cap. It's not super poofy or pillowy at all, but what it does is it gives it a bit of lift, just a little bit of volume, and a little bit of a more rounded look. Really attractive. And between that permatease and the low density, it just is a very fun, wearable style. I do think it's kind of date night hair, you know, brunch with the girls hair. could even be wedding hair. I definitely think this style looks like you spent a little bit of time styling your hair, more than just sort of an everyday run to the grocery store type style. So fun. If you get overwhelmed by wigs easily, I think this density is really realistic and something that won't be overwhelming, but between the little bit of permatease and the fact that this really hangs pretty heavy forward and you've got all this curl, that's where I think a new wig wearer might take a little bit of a pause in putting this one on, because when you've been losing your hair for a long time, that can be a little bit of a challenge. But I definitely think this is new wig wearer friendly in a lot of ways. And if you do tend to get overwhelmed with that easily, there's some things you can do. Number one, this is really tuckable. So if you wanted to take and tuck some of this in the front, just to take a little bit of the volume out of right here, it looks super cute this way. That's a great way to mitigate that. Using some claw clips, using a headband are also great ways to do that. So really wonderful style. And I think it's got some really good styling flexibility as well. So this cap has a lace front and a left side mono part. So left going to the right. And I'll show you that lace front here. Let's untuck. I think this is such a fun style. So there's that lace front. They did really good with this lace front. And look at the natural density right there. It looks like a realistic hairline. They did a really good job. So that lace goes from here to here. So you've got all that styling. And they did a really good job of hiding that transition. So you don't have to worry. If you wanted to pull all of this up in the front, use some clips, you know, let these curls cascade. You've got a lot of space to work with right there. And then it also has the mono part, which is, you know, it's fairly densely knotted. I think between the curl and the volume, you can't see that mono part terribly well. You can certainly pluck it if you want to see more of it. I do have a video showing you how to do that. And to make it look a little more realistic, if that's what you want. I probably would just leave it because I think it looks really realistic with the style. Let's take a look at that cap. So there is your lace front. Mono part. Nice soft ear tabs with bendable stays, extended nape, Velcro adjusters. Look at how much I have those cinched in. We will talk about fit in just a moment. Nice cap. I really love Ellen Villa caps. I find them very, very comfortable. They're really some of my favorite caps and styles. I just think they're wonderful. So let me show you. When I shake it out a little bit, show you how easy to put this on. So basically you just dive right in, tuck it down over the back there, flip up, get the ear tabs situated, and then just style. Just work with your fingers to get the curls where you want them. Now, it does hang just a little bit in the face here. Let me see, do I have a comb here? I do. Not terrible. And I also think this curl pattern is one that looks better when you've combed it out a little bit. It's got more of a defined look to it, especially in the back when it comes out of the box. But if you take that and comb it and then just sort of fluff it with your fingers, it really helps the style. It polishes it up a little bit, and then your finger fluffing makes it a little bit more of that tousled look again. So easy to work with. This cap is actually running a little bit big in the circumference. So let's talk a little bit about Ellen Villa caps. They're a brand that's known to run a little bit small. They're frequently referred to as an average petite brand, and I noticed that it says that in a lot of the wig postings on the Name Brand Wigs website. I do think that their sizes have increased some over the past 18 months, and as you saw, I have this cinched in quite a bit. I have a 22-inch circumference. That is average, and I'm cinching this in a lot. So I would say 22 and a half, you're going to be able to wear this really easily, maybe even bigger than that. It has a lot of stretch, and I do think that circumference is running big. Now, where I think Ellen Villa caps are still sort of running a little bit on the small side is over the top. So my measurement from here to here and here to here is quite small. I'm actually petite bordering on child size over the top of my head, even though I have an average circumference. And so I don't get a lot of extra cap up here, a lot of extra bulking, you know, maybe a tiny bit. It's not fitting as close to my head as it could. So therefore, I would say this is running closer to average than average petite, in my opinion. Although over the top is definitely not as average as some other brands. I don't know if I just confused you more. But for those of you who've been avoiding Ellen Villa because you assumed it wouldn't fit you, if your circumference is 22 to 22 and a half, and you don't have really large measurements over the top of your head, I really think this might fit you. It's definitely not running as small as some do in this brand. Pardon my dogs, they're barking upstairs. I can't seem to get them to stop, so we're gonna plow on, but if you hear it, I apologize. So let's talk about bangs. One of the questions I get all the time is, can you cut bangs? And every wig I show, someone asks that question. So this is what it looks like when I pull the bangs forward. Over here, you've got a little bit of wave, but right here, you really don't. That is the piece I have. That may not be true of the piece that you get. So here's my caution for you. I've got a piece that's not going where I want it to go. If you are a bang wearer, wigs like this that have a curl and a wave pattern can be tricky to cut bangs in because you don't know where those curls are going to fall once you pull the bang forward. Because this is heat friendly, I don't think that's going to be an issue. I really think you can take heat and straighten those bangs out a little bit, smooth them out if they're laying funny. So I do think you can cut bangs into this one if you're prepared to take heat to it to get them to settle where you want them. So let's talk about this color, Rosewood Brown Shaded. What a beautiful color, and the name is almost perfect for it. So let's take a look at, so you've got this beautiful, so look at right here, you can see some pink. So this definitely has pink tones right there, running through it. So we've got some pink, we've got some kind of mauve-y red, we've got some brunette, it's rooted. That's the shaded. So up here is sort of a neutral to warm, medium brown. I would think this is maybe an 8 as the color code. It's not a super warm root. It's not really red. It's kind of more of a neutral chestnut brown. And then they do such a good job of pulling some of that through in various places so that it doesn't look like a stark root. It looks very, very intentional. And I love, love these pops of pink that you see. And then we've got some, even some, I would say some caramel tones in here, some copper tones in here. I see some copper up here. So it's just a really dynamic, unique color. Kind of a pinky, rose, maybe a little rose gold even. It's so pretty. You know, I've always wanted a pink wig, but I've never felt really comfortable with sort of a straight pink wig, even a rooted pink wig. Sometimes it's just a little bit too much for me, but this sort of satisfies my desire to have a little bit of pink because you've got some of that pink, some of that rose gold, copper, brunette, so much. I love, love, love this color. Very, very beautiful. Let's get outside so you can see this color outside. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to answer them. But otherwise, this is a fun, fun style. I think because of the length, the heat-friendly fibers aren't going to be much of an issue. They're not going to rub on your clothing. So definitely you can just wear this and have fun with it. It's really cute. Thank you so much, Name Brand Wigs, for sending this so that I could review it for everybody. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Here I am with Rosewood Brown, I think. This is a separate day from when I filmed the video because it's been really bad weather here and lots of snow, as you can see. So I'm not positive if I said that color right, but it's Rosewood something. They really did a fabulous job with this color. If what I'm seeing in my screen here is what translates into the actual video, I don't really think you can see the pink as well out here right now as you can in indoor or some other lighting. So keep that in mind. There is definite pink kind of highlighting in here. It's not a pink wig. But if you want something with no pink, I would not get this one. Trying to just make sure I've got it so you can really see that color. All right, thanks for watching. Hello, everyone. Here's the voiceover for the unboxing. Instead of trying to find some music that doesn't have royalties attached to it, I like to just do a quick voiceover. That way this section isn't completely silent. So I do these unboxings for Instagram. Now, I never see these wigs before the unboxing. It's always a surprise to me. And of course, if you saw my reaction a few minutes ago, I was pretty excited. This color is really amazing, and I think if you are at all inclined toward the copper reds and you don't mind a little fun fashion to them with the little pink highlights, because it is not overall pink, definitely check it out if you have an opportunity. It's fun. I hope they release more wigs in this color. Thanks for watching, everyone.